Hello. We're the Paradinks.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
What an intro.
I know. We're really bad at that, aren't we?
Yep.
Don't know what to say. Don't want to say the same thing, but then forget everything as soon as we start.
Yeah, it takes a second to settle into it. Maybe we need a pump-up routine beforehand. To
Pump it
get the
up.
energy, Bring ourselves to the people.
Do you have a lot of energy right now?
I'm finding it. I feel like I've got to bring some here. Because we've got a spicy episode for people.
Ooh. What makes it spicy?
It feels unique. Different. I don't know. It could get edgy. It could get out there. We'll see. Time will tell. Keep listening to find out. That's my hook.
Well. Better bring it.
Yep. Okay. So today we got a little stoned and we thought it'd be funny to look up some stoner questions and answer those on the podcast. So
yeah, I don't know how stoner a lot of these are, though.
It's the spirit of the adventure.
Yeah. So sorry for any any confusion, and any of that exactly.
Living out the act.
Oops.
Living out the joke, right?
Yeah. Anyways.
That's great. So in the spirit of stoner questions, we're going to start at the bottom of our list and work our way to the top. So here's the first question from the bottom of the list. Can you try thinking without words?
All right. Can you clarify that question for me? When you say, can you think without words?
Can you try thinking without words?
Does that mean, what's that mean exactly? Try thinking without speaking in your head or seeing words in your head?
Yeah, I guess the philosophical thing would be, can you think without words?
Without talking to yourself in your head?
Yeah, no words.
Okay.
I would guess that means no reading either.
What about humming and...
As long as it's not a word. Like, I think music, tones, that can evoke a...
Yeah.
That's a thought. Why not? Musicians think that way when they're playing.
Yeah. And it's not words. It's just... okay.
Not a word.
Then yeah. Yes.
How about images?
Yeah. Because remember that little test that Kalina sent us recently?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, how clear is... If somebody was just say, think of an apple, how clear is that apple out of like a range of 5, where it's a solid, crisp, detailed apple or basically nothing?
Yeah, like a line drawing versus a photograph.
Yeah.
And all the stages in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Because I find, I can have very detailed images in my mind.
I can't. Everything's just a little bit blurry. A little blurry, a little faded, not clear.
Yeah. That's interesting. I almost feel like there are sometimes I could touch what I see. Or like cool. I'm walking through a scene somewhere.
I like that. I wish. It would be much easier to draw and paint and stuff if I could see that.
Yeah. I think it's what gives my sketching some confidence.
Yeah.
Because if I'm
really good.
If I'm gonna put pencil down and try to sketch something, like that's what I'm pulling from. Yeah. I see something in my mind completely finished, but I can't sketch that well. Mm-hmm. So I kind of do the rough drawing of it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I guess if I worked it more, you could draw better, but...
Good question.
I don't. Okay, you want to ask the second one?
Oh, sure.
That was deep. That went places.
Are you more social when you're high?
I would say I'm learning to be. Because I grew up when it was illegal.
Yeah.
So the only times we were doing that, I was a teenager. In trouble already.
With friends.
Yeah. And so you didn't want people to know. You're like, oh my God, act normal. We got to be normal.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't want to socialize. It was like, avoid people. Don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like if you got to go buy a Gatorade, just no words.
No eye contact either.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, and then you get in your head about that. Ah. But I think since moving to Canada and it becoming legal in Canada, I started to have a lot more fun with at least going out in public stoned. I tried to say high and stoned at the same time. And that became kind of funny. At first, I was paranoid. I'd go to the grocery store across the street and buy a bag of chips. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh my God, everyone knows I'm high. Like, here's the stoned guy buying a bag of chips to go home. How more obvious could you be? But then I started to have fun with it because I recognized actually no one gives a flying shit.
Yeah. Plus,
if you pay for your chips, you're good.
And you walked across the street. You didn't drive anywhere.
Yeah. I was like, you were being completely
perfectly legal.
Yeah. You were just having a good time.
Yeah.
You just wanted some chips. You got some chips. And it just became kind of fun because as I could relax in public, it became more fun to observe. So I don't think I guess roundabout way, it didn't really make me more social, but at least I would want to go out and be around people. Mm-hmm. And I still find that really fun.
Yeah. Me, it depends. It depends on what, like if I get too stoned. Because that can happen. And then I definitely don't want to be social.
For sure. How do you feel when you're too stoned?
Anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen too often. But other times, yeah, like it's sometimes
like at a party.
I'm usually pretty quiet and I keep to like my people. Mm-hmm. But if people are going to talk to me, I'll talk to them. I just sound a little dumber. And I laugh a lot. So, I mean, I don't really have a good answer for that.
All right. 2 lame duck answers. Cool. We're 2 for 2. All right. Third question here. Would you rather be a smart cookie or a hard nut to crack? This is a good stoner question.
Well, this is kind of a funny question because I don't think either of them are even in the same realm of this or that. You know what I mean? You're either smart or like you don't want to share your feelings. Like it doesn't make sense, but I would definitely prefer to be a smart cookie over a hard nut to crack. I don't want to be like all defensive.
Yeah.
And I like being open, you know? So, and I would like to be smarter. What about you?
You know what's weird? Because at first I thought like being a hard nut to crack would be like have a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's not a good quality to have. But then I was thinking, oh man, maybe it's like the way the way it's delivered.
Tell us.
You know, and who's saying that to you? Because couldn't it be a compliment? Because then I also thought if someone was going to call you a smart cookie, how is that like? What's a way someone would say that and mean it not as a compliment?
When you're being too smart, when you know all the answers, you're like, oh, you're a smart cookie.
Yeah, a know-it-all.
Sarcastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so I guess it depends, and I don't know because I didn't think of that at first. Because there's something cool, like I don't know, there's something.
Give us
something I admire in the quality of someone who you would call a hard nut to crack.
Give us an example.
Well, I would think in like a sales negotiation, if you're a hard nut to crack, like you're not budging on your price.
Okay.
You know, like there's a stubbornness to whatever you're doing.
No, nobody really. What? No, that doesn't work.
No, I always think of it as stubborn.
Are you trying to put it in a positive?
No, not necessarily. I was just giving an example that came to mind.
No, but you were trying to put it in a positive light. Give us an example about that. I know.
Yeah, like you really just stick to whatever you believe or want or you're standing up for. Like whatever
it can
whatever it
be.
is you're not budging on him, like it just means you have a really deep, strong belief and conviction in that idea or premise or
is all
whatever. So I'm like, that's a nice compliment.
interpret it. So that's a good way of looking at it as well.
Yeah. So I think of that definition, I'd rather kind of be that right now.
Okay. So because we had both different interpretations of those things, we still had good answers.
Yeah.
Win.
Awesome. Next question.
Okay, what do we got?
This is hilarious.
Ooh, I like this one. Which is scarier, alien life or galactic loneliness?
Oh, galactic loneliness.
I 100% agree.
That's so terrifying.
Yeah.
So terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I did what do you call it? Floating. Where you go in those salt bath containers and they lock you in and it's all dark and everything, right? And I remember having this one moment when, because you kind of slosh around a little bit there, like it's really hard to be completely still. But I found I could kind of push off from the side of the tank with like a finger and slowly drift across the tank and then hit the other side. But that whole journey felt like you were circling the fucking earth as an astronaut. Like it took so long and you're just sort of floating in nothing. Right. So I felt like I was just floating across the space. And so if I imagine that feeling and then knowing there's completely no one else and nothing in all of that around me makes me like really sad inside.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be floating around there and then like bump into some weird alien and be like, whoa, dude, what's up?
Hey, we're not alone.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, funny thought just about that floating sensory thing. I want to do one, but I'm also nervous because I have this retarded thought about closing my eyes and floating in the water in nothingness and having a shark come up underneath me. Like,
Yeah.
my mind is a scary place sometimes. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with that because it's scary to think that we are the only thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
It puts a lot of pressure
Right?
on you. That's kind of what I feel like.
Yeah.
No, I like to know. Yeah. Plus, aliens are cool.
I know. I mean, we have all these different kinds of animals and like so many, like millions, billions, trillions of types of life around us. And how awesome is that?
Yeah.
Like, there should be more. Why can't they be from another planet?
Yeah. It's
Let's
just
get weird. Make it weirder.
It's just not possible that we can be the only planet.
Yeah.
With any kind of life. So it's just one of those things.
Yep. There's got to be more. Okay. So we definitely believe in UFOs. Put that out there too. Okay. Next question.
Okay.
This goes the other way. This is inside now.
Okay.
This is you. This is your soul.
Okay.
That's where this question goes.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. When does it become love?
Well, this is a funny question. Because I think all answers are also correct. Because I have fallen in love many different ways. So I think love can be at first sight. Because that's how I felt knowing you.
We don't know what she said.
That's good. It was very cheesy. But okay, what was the question again? When does it become love? Like that's such a tough question to answer because I think it can be at any time for any reason.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you feel that burn, like the fire within.
Yes.
And like
that burning fire.
The obsession a little bit, like
Yeah.
that's when
you can't stop thinking about them.
Yeah, but I also believe in love at first sight, so.
Totally.
Which, yeah.
Why not?
Exactly.
We can feel that way about like everything else we experience in life. We can immediately love it.
I immediately
Why can't we immediately love another person?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I have felt that.
Yeah.
And that's how I know. So don't anybody tell me otherwise. How about you? Do you have anything more detailed you can offer?
I don't have a ton of experience with love. But what I do know is from starting our relationship and having feelings not just of like admiration, like not just loving things you do, but also loving being able to do things with you or for you. And like not doing that because I'm expecting something in return, or I feel guilty because of something you've done, or like, there's no reason aside from I want to do this for you. I want to provide this. I want to share this with you. And I think that's when you know. Because I think we have that same type of love for our friends.
Yeah.
As well, right? They're people who we just do things for. A lot of our family, same way, right? We love them. We will do anything we can to help them. And, with no expectation of anything. It's just, those are people you're just there for.
You love
either like when they need you, or just like you butt your way in and you say, "Hey, here I am, and I brought something." Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. When you just want to share life together.
I like it.
Cool. Me too. I love you too.
I love you too.
That's when it's love. When you say it on a podcast.
Hey. Okay. Tell us, when does a thing become art?
Whoa, let me get my spectacles.
Oh
my God.
What thing?
Anything. When an artist declares it's done. Like, I don't know.
That's funny. I like that. Although, is it ever done?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's something that's...
Is that how you
it's
feel?
it's a dance between an artist making something and then someone seeing that or experiencing that art and saying, "Damn, that's some great art." Or not even great. Like, just as someone saying, "Interesting art. I like that art. Cool art. Glad I saw that art." Even if they say it's bad art, you're still saying it's art. It's just art you don't like. So, I don't know. Because it's kind of multifaceted. Because someone also has to be driven to like produce art to bring it in the first place.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are your thoughts? Mine sound muddy to me.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple different thoughts because I want to say, I think a thing is art as soon as you start conceptualizing it. But then I also want to say, no, it starts once you start the action of it, whatever that is, taking a photo, making music, or like playing a string, writing a poem. Just as soon as you start something, it's art, whether somebody sees it or not.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
True. Yeah, we can make art for ourselves.
Yeah. Art doesn't have to be for other people ever.
Yeah, that's a good thought on that. I like it.
One for me.
Okay. And now on to our final.
It's the last already.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is the last one.
It's because I didn't like most of these questions. So.
Cool. And we saved the best for last, which would have been first had we gone in normal people order.
I like reading things backwards, okay?
Yes. Say.
It took me a second.
Okay. The final question of the evening is, who gets the middle armrest?
Like on a plane?
Or a bus or a movie theater or like wherever you share. Maybe a movie theater is a bad example, but the idea is if there's like 3 rows of seating.
Okay. So this is kind of a 2-part. So
or I guess if you're next to anyone,
us actually. Or if it's with anyone.
Well, answer either way.
If it was just us,
yeah.
As most days when we're in the vehicle and you're driving, you get the armrest. I snuggle in a little bit. Just enough to keep my elbow up, just my elbow. When it comes to other people, I generally do the same thing. Or I give it to them just because I don't like to fight. I just want it to be easy. I don't want to I also want to stay in my own bubble, so I often keep to myself.
Tuck those elbows into your hips and grunt it out.
Everything. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Oh, that's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always try to take it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm a sprawler when I sit. Like, I want my arms out. I want to lay back. I want my legs out. Like, I like to sprawl.
You like to spread.
Yeah. So, like, if I'm, having to, like, knees together and elbows in and even one. Ugh. No.
I wonder if that says anything about our personalities.
Probably. I'm sure someone out there could analyze a lot from that.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to hear something.
Yeah. What was I saying though? Oh, armrest. But on the airplane though, there's always a raging debate going about the person in the middle seat gets the armrests.
Ooh, haven't heard that. Well,
because the window person has the window.
That's very true. And then
an aisle person can go poo poo pee pee.
Yeah.
all plane long without bothering a soul.
True. Oh, good. No, so realistically, nobody is going to go for that. But the window person definitely should give up that armrest. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with the outside person. They should. But for some reason, every time I think about the outside person, it seems to be a bigger person that always, just no matter what, takes the armrest because that's where they fit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like even too big, but like tall people or just,
Yeah. Well, they can't be scrunched under the luggage.
So that's tough.
Yeah. But also they have to get up all the time because the other two need to get out.
Yeah.
So they have like that pain in the neck to deal with the whole flight. Like if you got some up and downers.
Are you trying to say that the outside person deserves that?
Depends. Depends.
They should just flip them up and let everybody snuggle in.
But I think the move you can always do, if someone really gets up and down all the time, you can always do the old sweet seat switcheroo. Wow, that was tough to say. Just swap seats, And I'm like, whatever.
Sure.
Then that person can go all the time. But they have to give up an armrest. I
really want to agree, but it's just not reality. Like I just can't make sense in my mind because I just imagine those people that take them anyway.
Yeah.
I
know. No one follows these rules.
No.
This is an idyllic version of what the world should be.
Mm-hmm.
According to some. I don't know. I have a different opinion depending on what seat I'm in.
Well, that's just all about you, my friend.
I know. I will say there was this thing that was for sale for a while that was called the armrest divider. I almost bought one when I was doing a lot of traveling because I started to get annoyed by a lot of that. Yeah, and it was like this $40 piece of plastic that you could slip over the armrest, and it turned like it put this divider up and extended the armrest. So it was like this little T-shaped piece of plastic.
So funny.
So then you could both have an armrest.
Oh my God.
And I thought, maybe that's who I should be. I should be the guy with the extra armrest.
That would have been
like, I show up on the flight and people are like, fuck. And then you're like, it's all good, bro. Look, we both get this.
Oh my God. That is, wow. I should have had that when we were younger and taking truck rides stuck in the back seat with my brothers and me literally piling pillows up so I wouldn't touch them. Didn't want to be touched. Yeah. I needed one of those. Yeah. But like a tall wall.
Like a COVID barrier.
Basically. I should have just been a kid. Anyways. Yeah. That just reminded me of that.
But I always thought that was the most genius invention. And then I just haven't flown enough recently to justify buying one.
Yeah. So. And I really don't want you to. That is a bit nerdy.
Oh, I love it though. And yeah, it sounds so nerdy, but I guarantee you in the moment, if you're on a flight and you're sitting there with your shoulders all scrunched, you're like, man, as nerdy as that sounds, it'd be really cool right now.
And if you're a couple, what you're supposed to do is flip up one of those arm rests, snuggle in together, and then the person over there gets the other one.
Exactly. So couples fly together.
And scene.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good day, night time. Bye.